2GR.
Hey everybody, welcome to the All Hands podcast. I'm Sean. This is Rudy.
Yo.
Onyx is out today.
We kicked him off.
It was his destiny.
Yeah, it was his destiny.
I can't think of a Borderlands pun. So today we don't have a lot to talk about today. We just wanted to do a little mini podcast.
Yeah.
Specifically, we want to talk about 3 titles for the Nintendo Switch that were leaked. We put leaked in quotes because it has not been officially confirmed these titles are coming.
Yeah.
On Best Buy's website. Actually, specifically, it's Best Buy's employee listing, and those games were Persona 5 on the Switch, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, which we'll talk about, and the Metroid Prime Trilogy. So we're going to talk about those in just a second. We're probably also going to chat up a little bit on some things that we're doing for the channel in regards to a Patreon. Nothing to firmly announce just yet, but we do want to get some feedback from you on that. So we'll save that for the end. I guess there'll be some timestamps for for the games. We'll talk about 3 games we got to talk about. So let's jump in, and maybe we start with the port. Persona. Yeah. Well, I guess all of them technically could be ports potentially.
Technically.
Persona 5 on the Switch.
I think when we were talking about it, I haven't beaten it. I think the only one that's beaten it is you.
I believe so.
Onyx didn't
I don't think Onyx beat it. He got pretty close.
Yeah.
He got to the final. Well, spoilers for Onyx. He got to a dungeon that you think is the final one, and it kind of is, but it isn't.
Yeah. I did not. I didn't even get all the characters yet. Like, I started playing last year before I went to Poland, and I came back and that was it. Like, I never got back into it because PS4s aren't that portable. So right. I was in Switch heaven when I was over in Europe over the summer. So, but no, I wish that Persona had come sooner to the Switch, because now I'm definitely going to take it with me. I'm definitely going to game, and even though there isn't a release window or anything like that. But
I mean, so they've announced there's a Persona, I think it's R or S.
Well,
I can't remember. It's essentially the golden, like there was Persona 4 Golden on the Vita, which we both played. Yeah,
which is awesome.
Handheld Persona, yes, thank you.
Please.
So there's a version of that coming for Persona 5. They're bringing in a new playable character.
Yep.
There's going to be some new story bits and some other things.
Yeah.
But the leak from Best Buy is that it's just coming to the Switch.
Yep.
Which will make playing that game so much easier, just by nature of the Switch being so much easier to
just pick
up and play.
Yeah, dude.
And Persona is a very, very long game. Like, even towards the end, where I was like, I just want to beat it, and I'd flip the difficulty down because it wasn't even the battles, it was just grinding.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to get through the story. 80 plus hours still just to get through it.
Yeah.
And I'm not a completionist.
No. I'm not a completionist by any means. So like the sheer vast, when people were like, "Oh yeah, it's going to take an average of like 100 hours." I was like, "Holy what? Like 100 hours? You've got to be kidding me. There's no way that I'm going to be able to invest that time." But right. I did with Dark Souls, so whatever. So I don't know, man. I think I'm going to pick it up. Because it's just a good game.
It is.
Like the style, the music, the characters, like everything. And like, I didn't beat it. I didn't get that far in it. Like, I think I only got to the 2nd dungeon, maybe the 3rd, and like that's it. So I don't know.
It gets really good. Like, the story just evolves over time. It was a GOTY. It was one of our top 5.
Yeah.
It was in our Game of the Year awards.
Yeah.
For 2017. That was a crazy year.
For all of us.
Yeah. That year. But for games in general, because But yeah, coming to the Switch is a big deal, and I hope it does.
Yeah, I don't know, but I would have to say that, like, out of all of them, I am most excited for Metroid Prime.
All right, let's dig into Metroid Prime. Let's do this.
Oh my god, like Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime 4, obviously, you know, it's there, it's in the universe. Nintendo says that they're working on it,
and it's a ways away.
It is, because Retro Studios,
they just rebooted development of it.
Yep.
At least 2 more years, at least.
Yep, because we don't know.
Maybe 3.
Maybe. I mean, I always kind of suspected that Metroid Prime, the trilogy, the original trilogy, would come to the Switch. It's only a natural. Yeah. It's only a natural thing.
You've got a 4th game coming out. You've got 3 games spread across 2 generations. Yeah, GameCube and Wii. And then you got the Wii U in between there too. It's like we need to update a lot of these gamers on what these games actually were before they go dive into the 4th one.
Yeah.
And which is fantastic for me. I've played the first game. I think I have it. I don't know where it ended up if I don't. But I played the first game, didn't play the second or the third. And it's like, I want to know. I want to revisit it. I want to enjoy it. And I want it to come out early enough to where it's not play through all these games back to back to back 4 months before Metroid Prime 4 comes out. I want to take my time
and enjoy them.
I don't want to burn out on Metroid Prime before number 4.
No. I will say that in my opinion, Metroid Prime 1 is the best out of all of them. I think Onyx thinks that Metroid Prime 4 or 2 is the best out of all of them. Regardless of all that, I got Other M, didn't really enjoy it, and people say that it's the bastard child and everything, which I totally understand, but I hope that Metroid Prime 4 kind of like is just like a nice continuation of the story and everything that happens.
Is Other M part of the Prime continuum?
No.
Oh.
It's so it is the
so it wouldn't be in the trilogy.
No. It wouldn't be in the trilogy. It wouldn't be. The only reason I mentioned that is it took what the Wii did with Metroid Prime 3 and kind of just made it 2D-ish kind of. It was 2D, 3D kind of. Like the way that the controller worked is that like you almost held it like a Nintendo Entertainment System controller, and then when you wanted to shoot, you would go ahead and point it to the TV and shoot. And the controller, it worked, but it just, the story was utter. It was bad.
Well, and see, that's it's funny you mentioned story, because there is a game called Metroid Prime Hunter
that came out on Nintendo DS.
No, that's not what I'm thinking of. It's the one that came out on the 3DS that looked like they just...
Federation Force?
Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
It looked like they just slapped the Metroid paint onto a game that they knew wasn't going to sell very well. But apparently that story takes place in the Prime universe.
Really?
And it's supposed to be a fans are thinking it's some sort of connecting thread into what 4 is going to be like.
No way.
Yeah. Now
seriously? That was like
I'm pretty sure. I could be totally off my rocker here, but I believe so.
Wow.
That's why a part of one of the reasons why fans were so upset is like, what is this garbage that you're giving us? We want Metroid Prime 4, and now they're like, well, now we're getting Metroid Prime 4, and you gave us this.
How does it connect?
Yeah, how does it connect? And I don't know how the story was in Federation Force. I don't know the story of 2 or 3, and I barely even remember 1, so I don't have much to speak of here.
Federation Force, as far as I know, sold poorly. So, like, in comparison to pretty much Metroid Prime 1 was the best selling Metroid game out of the trilogy, and then it was a steady decline, and then you have Metroid Prime 1, then you have Metroid Prime 2, 3. Federation Force was
you skip a whole bunch of Metroids and get to the bottom.
It was horrible as far as sales are concerned. Story wise, gameplay wise, I don't know. I didn't play it because I wasn't interested in it. But if that's a continuation of the story, that's kind of odd. But I guess I can see it. I don't know. Regardless of the fact, like, I'm excited that I can kind of revisit those worlds on the go on mobile. Like, that to me is like a huge plus, especially with what Federation Force and Prime Hunters was. But I don't know. I'm excited about it. We'll see. Are you gonna get it? Like,
that's like a
no-brainer.
No, it's instant. I mean, I never beat Metroid Prime. My brother did. I saw him beat it, but it was one of those experiences in gaming that you never forget.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Metroid fan, but I remember playing that on GameCube when it launched, and it was just like, this works so well.
Yeah.
finding the things that give you the different abilities to traverse in a different, like Metroidvania style in 3D. Yeah. It was just so good. The shooting was great. The platforming was great. The atmosphere, the music, it was just, and the visuals at the time, it was a perfect package.
Yeah.
I say perfect in hindsight. I don't know what I would actually score it. But and if you go hunting through some of our videos, we did a team building like a couple years ago. It was at your place actually. And we were talking about the top 2 games on Metacritic from a certain decade.
Yeah.
And Metroid Prime, I'm pretty sure, was our winner out of all those games.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Pretty sure.
Well, it is good.
Beat out BioShock, but that's okay. That's for another time.
Yeah, different conversation.
But that would sell like gangbusters.
Oh, dude, totally.
It's the perfect game to drop in a point in the schedule when Nintendo doesn't have anything super big coming out.
Yep.
So it could be a summer game.
I'm down.
No, wait, we got Fire Emblem in July.
True.
It could be E3 time frame?
Maybe.
Dude, what if they just shadow drop it?
Oh my god!
Just
don't
here,
tell
go
me
buy
that.
it digital. You can
don't tell me that.
And you can buy physical copies later. But like,
don't tell me that. Do not tell me that. Though that would be the perfect game to play on a plane.
There you go.
I would totally like. All right, let's go ahead.
When you're off to Poland,
Yep, I'm down. No, that's cool. But I think that like the biggest shocker out of all the 3 games that were, leaked was...
Yeah, this one's a little strange.
Is The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Yeah, so that's all it said.
Well,
there was no tag next to it. There was no remake. There was no port. There was no, SNES version. There was nothing to tell us what does that mean.
Yeah. It's odd because like they just finished announcing A Link's Awakening, which when I saw it, I was like, yes, that's awesome.
But a full-on remake of Link's Awakening.
Yes, a full-on remake of Link's Awakening, which begs the question: are they giving the same treatment to A Link to the Past, or are they just going to port over with the SNES original?
And that's just so. And that's a great question because it's like, first of all, I don't think they'd be doing a full-on remake. If they do, that's a megaton announcement.
Yeah.
Like, wow, you're doing both?
Yeah.
Mind blown. I don't think they're going to do that. I would love if they did that, but I don't think they will. That doesn't make sense. But on the flip side, I don't think an SNES port really makes a whole lot of sense.
No.
Because they got this NES
online
free online thing. At some point, they're going to run out of valuable games to put on there that people are going to care about.
Valuable.
Well...
Yeah, I get you.
Important, like, impactful games.
Yeah.
And so they're going to have to start going to SNES, eventually some of the other consoles, if they're going to continue to do stuff like that. And it's like, that feels like a game that, either they would put it there, they wouldn't make a whole lot of money from it, they'd probably keep a lot of subs, or... it would just feel really weird if they had all these SNES games showing up in that library someday, but they're selling this separately for $20.
Yeah, I agree.
Digitally, and it'd be like that would be a little tone deaf, I think, for Nintendo. I think that would be a little. We just want to make money off Zelda, and you can get all these other games for free in our library, but you have to buy Zelda. I don't think they would do that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
So I'm kind of left at well, then what does this even mean?
Yeah.
It's also possible...
It's a fake?
It's a fake.
Yeah.
Or a mistake. A fake mistake.
A fake mistake? I don't know. I just... I'm kind of like taken aback a little bit because I do see the whole NES Online thing going on with the Nintendo Online service or Switch Online. But it could be... have you heard that, people have found like... code suggesting that SNES games are going to be...
I'm sure they've been prototyping it and playtesting it. They've got it. They know they're trying to figure out if they already don't know that they can do it.
Yeah. So it's there.
It's there.
The possibility is there.
Yeah.
But again, it begs the question, why even do it in the first place?
Right.
So I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic that they're going to go ahead and do a complete remake or repaint of a reskin.
Ooh. Now here's an idea. What if it is a remake However,
like Breath of the Wild.
No. Well, oh God, Rudy, that was not what I was thinking of, but that's even better,
dude. Because
what if Breath of the Wild 2 is
A Link to the Past?
A Link to the Past, and it's literally A Link to the Past redone Breath of the Wild style. Because we know they're doing another one.
A Link to the Past is hands down my favorite Zelda game, guys.
Oh my God, dude! They're not throwing that engine away.
No, of course not.
No, they're gonna do at least one more.
Exactly.
In that,
they're gonna milk it
with the resources they put into it.
And like the whole thing of like them announcing that there's gonna be 2 different consoles that they're gonna come out with,
Rudy.
an enhanced version.
Oh, and Rudy! And it's perfect timing because when did Switch come out?
Switch came out
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Announce it now and come out in a year.
Possibilities there.
Okay. Well, that's not where I was going.
Or where were you going? Because I mean, I'm just hypothesizing.
It's a similar idea, but instead of Nintendo doing a remake of it, they give it to a third party, like they've been doing with some of their other franchises.
Yeah.
I mean, Ubisoft got Mario. Ubisoft got Star Fox. They actually gave Zelda to the Crypt of the Necrodancer folks.
Yeah.
Insane.
Which is so freaking cool.
So, I mean, what if they said, okay, A Link to the Past, we've done it. We can re-release it now.
Yeah.
It's on the SNES Classic. Like, it's a game. We've already built it. We don't need to remake it. Link's Awakening needs some love, and we're going to put some resources into that. But hey, you over there that's really interested in Blue Point.
Whoa.
What if they decide to step in and instead of like doing a remaster of something like, or maybe they do remaster it with like some just crazy
like Shadow of the Colossus love.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't Blue Point say at one point
that they're going to work on something new that nobody...
They're going to work on something that's like going to make people go insane. Like they're working on a extremely popular franchise.
Yes.
And people were like, "Oh, it's the Dark Soul."
Yeah.
Well, No. Demon Souls was one of the ones that was discussed at one point. Metal Gear, I think, was discussed
Metal Gear, yes.
Metal Gear Solid. What if it's A Link to the Past? Now this is the part of the podcast that we like. This rumor mongering.
Dude, that would be insane. Because Shadow of the Colossus, the work that Blue Point nailed it. They freaking nailed it. And it was literally just like a 4K rebuilding of the original. But if they take the sprites...
Like if they just like do...
art.
Yeah. 4K... Well, this is on the Switch. But you know...
The enhanced version might have it. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah. You
never know.
Maybe at E3 we'll learn about that.
Hey. What a shadow drop.
So there's a lot of possibilities then.
Yeah, because there's no way. I mean,
I guess we talked through it. There's a lot of stuff there.
I don't know, man.
I really like your idea, though. It's Breath of the Wild 2.
Breath of the Wild 2?
It's not Breath of the Wild 2, but it's using that engine and those assets.
The crazy thing is that they did, oh my god, what's the name of it? Is it the sequel that came out on 3DS? A Link Between Worlds. That's a sequel to A Link to the Past. And like... It was good. Did you play it?
Nope.
It was good. Like I enjoyed it. Marta played it. She loved it. Man, now like the cogs are turning because you can literally the possibilities are endless. Dang, Nintendo. Oh man.
They're showing a lot of Zelda love on the Switch.
They are indie love too.
It's probably as soon as they saw how much money Zelda Breath of the Wild made, they were like, let's ride this.
The retention rate was higher than the sales of the actual console.
I know. It's ridiculous.
That is
So
insane.
they're pushing. I mean, we've got the Breath of the Wild, Link's Awakening remake.
Yeah.
We've got the Crypt of the Necrodancer Zelda style.
Yeah.
This potential third game, it's like, here's a bunch of Zelda. Enjoy.
Yeah. I don't know. What if they... I don't know. If they did it kind of like... what if they did... what's it called? Wind Waker style, like art style, with the characters of A Link to the Past.
I'd rather do Breath of the Wild.
Well, of course. I would love Breath of the Wild. But Wind Waker was like so good.
I'm surprised they haven't ported that yet.
Me too. I would buy it. It's a good game. It's better than Skyward Sword. Eee. That's just me. Onyx loves that game, but whatever. He's not here.
What if they do? What if it's not really Zelda: A Link to the Past? What if it's Zelda Maker?
Zelda Maker?
Like Mario
Maker, but Zelda Maker?
Zelda Maker.
Dude, that would be so awesome.
It's like RPG Maker, but all Zelda, and you basically make your own Zelda story.
That is so cool. That'd be huge.
Nintendo, I know you're listening.
That would be huge.
Make your own Zelda.
Make your own Zelda.
Dude. And on the Switch, that's so easy to do.
I could imagine.
They'd have to, and you got the whole online service up and running now, so they could set up some sort of Little Big Planet style storefront where you can go share your worlds and your stories with people. And
I could so see that. Oh man, like the death dungeons are gonna be like filled up for like the hardcore players.
Maybe it's not even necessarily story. It could just be like the Binding of Isaac. Maker of all the Zelda things, and you just make like
the possibilities are endless. I guess I don't know.
So there's some ideas for you to ponder when you're considering this Best Buy leak of what does A Link to the Past mean. We started with port or remake, but it really evolved into a bunch of different opportunities.
Dude, who knows, man? Because it's just a title. Like, it's just a title.
It's just a title.
That's all it is. We don't know anything else. Oh man. I still like now I'm because Breath of the Wild 2 being that, if that is what they do, that would be freaking insane. It's beautiful.
It's a Zelda themed Guitar Hero. What number did they stop on?
I don't know. 4,
5, 6. It's Rock Band 5.
Yeah, Rock Band 5. Yeah.
The Legend of Zelda.
I mean, what do you guys think?
To the Past.
The Rock Band 5?
Rock Band 5.
Rock
all
Band
Zelda
5.
music all the time. But it's just an ocarina.
Yeah, it's just an ocarina. It's connected
hooked up to a USB. Ocarina Hero.
Oh man.
A Link to the Past.
That'd be hilarious.
What if that is literally what that game is? It's Ocarina Hero. Ocarina Hero.
That's hilarious.
That'd be the best game ever.
Donkey Kong got the bongos, so I guess.
I would play Ocarina Hero playing Zelda's Lullaby or Epona's theme, and like you can play it like legit, and then you go buy an ocarina and you're just like out in public somewhere and you're like, I'm gonna throw the hat down on the sidewalk.
Oh my god. I could so imagine somebody taking that controller and trying to beat Dark Souls with it.
I can do Ganon's theme on Expert.
Oh man.
All from a title.
All from a title. Man. Imagination's on point today, guys. On point. But
So let us know what you think what those games could be or will be, or when they'll come, or if they'll come, or if you're excited.
I'm excited. I mean, regardless. Those are like 3 main tentpole titles.
Those are all big, whatever they are. In the case of Link to the Past, they're all big titles for the Switch to have.
I agree.
Switch is getting so much love now. It's like,
dude, it's insane.
It's ridiculous.
Everybody was so cautious when it first launched, and then when they got it in their hands, they're like, "What is this magic?"
I mean, GameCube, the popularity dipped relative to the 64. It wasn't a bad console.
No,
it had popularity, but it seems like popularity has been skipping generations since the N64.
Yep.
It was like N64, GameCube wasn't bad. It was good.
It was good for what it was.
It was not N64.
No.
Wii, like, I can't even put my hand high enough.
No, dude.
And then the Wii U came so far down.
Yeah,
and now we're way back up here with the Switch, and they're just killing it.
Well, it's smart of them to come out with 2 more consoles that are updates.
That is smart.
Because you're gonna hit the hardcore audience. And then the casuals.
Right around the time that all these new consoles are coming out. So they need something
to
keeping it branded as Switch and not just some brand new console right away. So it's all going to be Switch backwards compatible. It'll be Switch Plus or whatever they call it if they do something like that.
What was it? The new 3DS? Is that what the...
Yeah.
For like a rehash, there was like where you can only play like certain games on there or whatever. It just looked better.
I bet they all feel so bad about buying that because like the Switch came out so soon after that, and it was like, I got Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
It was not a whole lot of compatibility there.
I don't know. But anywho. C'est la vie. Yeah. So updates on the channel.
Okay, so on the channel, We are looking at going live with a Patreon here in the next few weeks.
Yep.
We're being kind of driven that way, not necessarily because we want or need to at this time, but we are looking at the changes to the Patreon business model.
For those of you that don't know, they are hiking the cut
that they take.
Yes.
From the Patreon owners.
And they're also adding a different tier, because before it was just Pro, right?
Right.
And now they created like a 3-tier system, and they're just changing a lot.
Yeah, and so we were thinking of doing something Patreon related around E3. Once we felt we had gotten around or through some of that time frame, but this kind of is forcing our hand a bit, because this is going to these changes are permanent.
Yep.
And we would like to get grandfathered in to the old way, even if we're not really ready to go full blown with a Patreon, just because we know that this is something that is going to hopefully support us for many years to come.
Yep.
And we want to make sure that we are taking every advantage of it that we can, because ultimately the amount of support we get through that is how we're going to be able to provide you the content that you're looking for.
And provide more content.
And more content.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, we're all in full-time jobs.
Yep.
We're all doing what we can to come record. We record once a week. We'd like to record a lot more often. At some point, you can only do so much with work and family and podcasting.
Yeah.
And just regular sanity, so you got to start cutting things out of that, and so that's where Patreon can help us get more content to you. So all that to say, expect to see something about that coming in the next few weeks. We'll probably soft launch it here with our channel, and then maybe do like a real full-blown thing, or maybe both. I don't know. We're still figuring it out. We still got to talk about it.
We're still talking about it.
We don't know what the tiers are going to be. We don't know what the goals are going to be. We have some ideas. We would actually love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, man. What are some things that you would like for us to do? Would you like for Onyx to eat a ghost pepper? Because we'll totally do it once we hit a certain tier, a certain goal.
Would you like him to wear a Borderlands 3 shirt for the remainder of our podcast?
Awesome.
For the remainder, every episode,
every podcast, he will have to wear that.
Borderlands 3.
Yes.
Every time, all the time.
I'm down. By the end of the year, it's gonna have like holes in it.
We should make that like the $5 challenge. Just give us somebody somewhere. Give us $5.
Give us $5 and he's gonna do it. But no, seriously, like, what are some things that you want us to see? I mean, we've talked about so many things. I know some people, they've talked to us about like BTS stuff and what we talk about in between videos and kind of like our opinions on things. Do you want to see more Let's Plays? Do you want to? I mean, what do you guys want us to do? We're here, and once we start hitting certain goals and certain I guess, like, I don't know.
Yeah, goals.
Just goals.
Yeah.
Once we hit certain goals, we'll start dedicating. We're going to be able to dedicate more time to this and get better equipment and just provide you guys with more content. I mean, that's all we want, is kind of connect with you guys, talk to you guys about video games, and provide good content to watch.
And more. Just more.
Just more.
More quality.
We want to give you more.
More in general.
More.
And, we've been around now for a little over 2 years on YouTube. This has grown. I mean, obviously, we're not some major channel with 4,000 subs, but
no, we appreciate the love.
Quite a lot, especially in the past year.
Dude, the past, like, 6 months.
6 months has been ridiculous.
We love you guys. Seriously, we appreciate the support, and every single time that you guys give us a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that bell.
Even when you give us crap,
we
love it.
Because it
inspires us
to adapt and to change, man. Like,
and also to get angry and say, "No, you change. I'm Captain America." Destiny. Well, no, that's Onyx. I'm not gonna put words.
That's
I'm not
all Onyx.
No, yeah, Borderlands is gonna be freaking amazing. But
I hope so. I hope so. Dude, like
now we're getting
all right.
Nobody's gonna subscribe.
no. But on a real note, we appreciate all the support that you guys give us, and we do this for you guys. Honestly, more than anything else, we do it because we love it, and we love video games, and we want to share that love across the world. So.
Also, want to give a special shout out to Callum Finnegan.
Yeah,
Callum,
dude.
we know you're watching. You're like you're the guy we always think about whenever we're.
Felipe Guzman's good too.
Oh, granted, yes. Felipe also. There's a few of you out there, but Callum has a very special place because he started a fan page, a TGR fan page.
Yeah, dude.
It is not where can you get to it? I don't know. I've seen it.
It's on
Instagram.
On Instagram. Yeah,
Instagram. TGR fans.
Yeah, TGR fan page.
Go check it out.
Yeah, go check it out, man. No, seriously, like it's awesome. We appreciate the support, guys. Like it seriously means a lot to us because when we started seeing like conversations and topics that are being talked about, like we're just like, holy guacamole! Like we actually started something, and we just did this for fun. Like at one point,
we do this anyway, believe it or not.
Yeah,
I mean, this was an excuse to hang out a little bit more often at first, but like every E3 going back like 6,
we
7,
always
8
hung
years,
out, ordered like a bunch of pizza.
That's all we did.
That's all we did.
E3.
Yeah.
I regret not putting it on camera sooner. Because maybe we'd be doing a lot more content already, but
Monster
Hunter. Yeah, but it's all we've done. We're just big nerds. And
yeah,
so,
we are.
You know,
I built computers.
So anyway, let us know if you have any thoughts on that. But you will be seeing some of that be coming here soon.
Yep.
And yeah, I think that about does it. A short podcast this time.
Yep.
We know Onyx had a lot to say about Gearbox and Borderlands and how much he is into those styles of games. But we decided to save that for the next podcast.
Yeah,
so we didn't want to upset him.
Yeah.
Here because I mean he knows that it is not Destiny. He knows there's no similarities.
Oh my gosh.
Poor guy. He stepped in that one.
Yeah. Well, c'est la vie.
He stepped in some skag poop. Sorry, Onyx. That was a really terrible Borderlands pun.
It's all good. But anyways, guys, if you like this podcast, give us a thumbs up. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the little bell so that way you get notifications every single time that a new video pops up. And follow us on Instagram at The Gaming Resume. Guys, thank you again for watching and supporting us. We sincerely appreciate it. Like, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much for supporting us. And until the next time, deuces.
Peace. Like what you saw? Check out some of our other videos and be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with our latest content. Thanks for your support and thanks for watching.